everyone, and good morning from Telebashi in Istanbul. This is the neighborhood that we have called home for 1 year now, and we've absolutely loved it. So we decided to bring you a life update from our local chai shop to let you know what is happening with us, to reflect a little bit on the past year, which has been fabulous in many ways, and to tell you about our exciting future plans.
Okay, so let's start with a reflection on this past 12 months. Without a doubt, we've had a great experience. We've traveled a lot around the Istanbul area, and we also made 2 out-of-town trips. One to the Far East, Doğu Bayezid area, and another to Cappadocia, the playground of Turkey. Alright, so if you don't know, Turkey's been going through some economic upheaval since the end of Rona. The government policy here has exacerbated the inflation and the currency crisis that's happening basically everywhere. In my own country, New Zealand, the currency's also dropped and inflation is also a problem. However, here inflation officially is running at 73%. Others would say it's about 160%. The cost of goods has gone up considerably, and this has made it not such an attractive place to be based. So that's one of the reasons we're leaving, unfortunately. It's just a little bit too expensive to live here as we have been doing.
So now I'll get started on a happier note to tell you about the things that we have loved about living in Istanbul again. Number one, I guess, is the food. So it seems fitting that I would talk about this. You know, be it the kebabs, lahmacun, also the gözleme that we found at Yenihan was some of the best I've ever had. And so the food is going to be sorely missed here. I mean, even the lokanta, where you get kind of the homemade food, you know, they serve up kind of cafeteria style, absolutely fantastic, delicious, relatively cheap price, and easy to pick up on your way home. And so I'm really gonna miss all of those things.
Yeah, and the accessibility to food and doing your groceries here and there. We get bread from the bakery direct, we get fruit from the greengrocer direct, we go to a butcher for our meat, and we pick up some Western little tidbits at Carrefour.
Yeah, and I mean, it is a bit time consuming, but it's also accessible that you actually have time to do it, which is nice as well, because in the West, I can't imagine having all the time to go and pick up all these little bits from all the different places, but you do have that here.
Yeah, because we live in central Istanbul, right smack bang in the center of the city.
Yeah, and some people might say that this isn't the nicest neighborhood, but it puts you right where you want to be. And I'd say, you know, it is improving, so I've actually loved living here. I find the people really friendly, really nice. They've been nothing but hospitable. So although my students and some of my co-workers are a bit shocked when I tell them where we live, I've loved it.
Yeah, Telebashi has a bit of a bad name, but I think that stems back from 10, 20, 30 years ago. It's certainly up and coming, and a lot of Airbnbs in this area, so you do get a lot of tourists coming into the area.
Yeah, and so I mean, if you do if you have a look, you might see that, you know, it's Istanbul's oldest slum, but I would say it is not a slum like we think of in our countries. It's actually a nice community, and people have always been here for us and very helpful whenever we've needed them. So this is our street, Kalyoncu Kulu, and we're just going to show you a little bit of Telebashi. This is our hood.
This is our hood, yeah. Girls in the hood. There's our greengrocer, Alkan Market. Another one directly across. And we come down here.
All right, and over here we have some lovely kofta. Abi's not here now, but in the evening he comes and he makes lovely kofta sandwiches there.
And someone's dumped their lounge room setting in front of our apartment. Here's our little cat nest. The box I made for Mama Cat. Unfortunately, Mama Cat's not here, but Pushy's here. Pushy always pushes in, as her name suggests. And there's the entrance to our apartment. So that's our building, number 25. Kalyonju Kulu, Jadesi.
Home for the past year.
Yep. We'll miss it. It's been a great place to live. Alright, and who could forget the world-class sites here in Istanbul? Honestly, Istanbul, if there were to be a capital city of the world, it would have to be Istanbul. Napoleon once said it should be the capital of the world, and there's no reason why it shouldn't. It's an incredible city that straddles both Asia and Europe. I mean, you know, there's no better place to go and have a coffee than a Galata Tower. Staring at a 600-year-old tower, getting a view across the Bosphorus. The sea channel of the Marmara there is absolutely stunning. And the most touristic sites here in Istanbul, Hagia Sophia and the Blue Mosque in Sultanahmet, the heart of tourism Istanbul. Every day I cross Galata Bridge or go down to the waterfront, I'm just amazed at how incredible this city is and how blessed I've been to live here twice now, 4 years in total.
And one thing that I am really going to miss moving to our next destination is the public transport, because here in Istanbul, considering how many millions of people are moving on it every day, it's great. It's cheap, even though it's gone up quite a bit. Once again, that inflation we talked about, but still, on a world scale, it's cheap, it's clean, it's fast, and you know, you can count on it to be there. Even the buses, whenever I complain about them, maybe I waited 20 minutes. That's not bad at all. And sometimes whenever you're on them, you actually get to have a historical trip as well. Things like the tram, tunnel, and you know, then you've got the touristic ferries. They're not touristic, but they feel like they are. You feel like you're really going somewhere different whenever you're on them. And basically it's a network that just connects this huge, huge city, all these millions of people, and means you can get from one side to the other fairly simply.
So we've got dolmushes, which are shared taxis, the ferries,
buses, trams, metro.
Yeah, and they all connect really well. Hello. And we've got ourselves a couple of chais. What else would you have at a chai shop?
Yeah, something else I'll miss.
Yes. The transport's fantastic, so you can get around the city so easily, considering it's a city of unofficially 24 million people.
Yeah.
So we'll really miss that at the next destination.
It's not the same.
It's not the same, no. And yes, the transport here is cheap, isn't it?
Yeah.
Really cheap. We've really enjoyed it. So yeah, that's definitely something we're gonna miss. What else might we miss? Besides the food.
Yeah, well, also the people. I know that, we probably haven't showed you enough of the people, but they are so hospitable. My students have been great. I've really enjoyed teaching students here in Turkey this time. University students, they are funny, they're motivated, and yeah, they did their best to speak English, even though they were quite shy with me. So there was that. Outside, sometimes the touristy areas, the people aren't as nice, but once you get out of that area, they're wonderful.
Yeah, like our community here in Talabashi, the people are really friendly, and we've made some nice connections here.
Yeah, and the tea, okay, we're just having tea, so of course we're gonna pay, but anytime you eat something, anytime you visit anybody, there's always chai. And so the free tea here is something that you just take for granted, because it's something they always offer as their hospitality.
Okay guys, so where are we going? It's in Southeast Asia. It's part of Indochina historically, and it's on the Pacific Ocean or the South China Sea. We're going to
Vietnam.
So why are we going to Vietnam? Well, we've both been there before. I've been twice, Steph's been once. We were there in December 2019, right before the COVID outbreak, and we thoroughly enjoyed our time. Vietnam is closer to home, so it means we can access home more easily than in this part of the world, and there's lots of great countries to visit in the area, so you can expect some vlogging from the region, such as Laos, Thailand, Philippines, and of course Vietnam. So we'll be bringing some of those stories to you as our time in Vietnam progresses.
So where exactly are we going? We're going to Ho Chi Minh City, otherwise known as Saigon. You know, it's the biggest city, it's got the most opportunities, heaps of street food, lots of things to show you, which we're really excited about. And it also has some really good job prospects for me. So I'm very excited to get started, to see what's available, and to show you some of the great sites and coffee shops. We know that those are wonderful there too.
Yeah, we're eager to get into the coffee scene in Vietnam. It's an excellent scene. We had a little taste of it when we were there in 2019. And eager to get back to that.
Yeah, and like I said, the street food is great. It's cheap, it's delicious, really fresh, and so we're going to bring you some of that as well.
I look forward to bringing you some more content from Vietnam and Southeast Asia. So hang on, and we'll be there before the next vlog comes out after this one. Cheers for now.
We're Girls on the Loose.
Oh, and the cats.
For those of you who are concerned about what's happening with our furry family members, they're coming with us. They're going to be Vietnamese cats. They've got their little pet passports and they're all ready to go. We're not going to bore you with the details. It's been quite an onerous process to get them ready to go and all that. But if you have any questions about moving countries with your pets, feel free to message us anytime and we'll tell you more about it.
Yeah, drop some comments in the description down below. And let us know, have you traveled with your cats across continents? This is quite an arduous task.
Yes.
And it hasn't been easy getting the documentation together either.
Yeah, let alone getting them on the flight, which was also costly, and it's going to be a little bit painful, but it's all worth it in the end, and we're going to set up a great life for them in Vietnam.
Yeah, all right, so that's it.
That's it. We're Girls on the Loose.
Bye-bye.
Catch you next time.